Hi Fronds! Today I want to talk to you about my greenhouse that I just made yesterday, and today I'm going to do a little bit more work on it, so I wanted to share that with you. It's literally 2 storage containers stacked on top of each other, nothing fancy, but it works, and I will show you the plants inside. So let's get started. What is all this stuff? I wanted to show you guys quickly some of my plant projects that I have going on. I got these wonderful window boxes. I don't know what you want to call them, but I think they're meant to like put jewelry in. And I'm thinking of storing all the botanicals that I've collected and like turning it into a little artwork and putting them up on the walls. If you want to steal that idea, go out and get yourself some botanicals. I would say go out sooner rather than later because it is raining right now, and that means that all this stuff is going to get turned into mush, basically. So I kind of regret I didn't collect more, but maybe later in the week it'll dry up a little. Okay. The other project that I'm doing for kind of preparing my outside succulents for the winter is I'm going to try this woven fabric that is all written in Japanese, so I don't know what it says, but I'm pretty sure it is to help keep it from the frost and bugs and birds, and I don't know what that is. So hopefully it'll help keep some of the water off is mainly what I'm concerned with, and also allowing it to breathe. So I'm going to be making little tents, so if you're interested in that, I'll be making that soon. I think this coming week because the cold weather is arriving. Another very exciting plant find that I got, let's say it was over a week ago. Last week? Yeah, it was last week. I swung by the thrift store after I came back from the post office of mailing my sister's birthday present. I sent her the little string of hearts in a little box, and now she has it. So cute. I'm glad it arrived very safely. And it got there in 2 days, so yes. I have a terrarium in my hand. I know it looks like a jar to you, but this is a terrarium. This is where life is gonna bloom. It doesn't have the seal, but that's okay. It was only $2.60. $2.60. What a deal. It's a good sized jar. We're gonna put some planties in there soon. All right, enough of that. So let's get started with the greenhouse. I'm just calling it a greenhouse. You call it whatever you want. Box, plant box. What I'm doing today is just taking out the plants and then replanting them back in because there is Tupperware inside, and I want to remove that Tupperware so it doesn't sit in water, and then, you know, try to gauge the water level using the water line that I can see outside of the box to manage the moisture issue. Not that it's been an issue yet, I'm just being proactive because I have some very valuable plants in there that I really don't want to die. A lot of this material you will recognize are from my previous projects because that's just how I roll. I want to reuse as much as, you know, whatever I have around as much as possible. Reusing is better than recycling, so they say. So yeah, literally this is just the same box on the bottom as it is on top. I just stacked the 2 of them together and there's your greenhouse. The biggest issue is you can see this plant is poking out. So it had a lid that comes with the box, but because this is getting too big, I decided to just stack it on top. And I think it works really well because it's transparent, and on the top I could just put the light right on it. I don't even have to install it. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but you know, I could disassemble and assemble it as quickly as putting it together. Okay, so things are looking really well in the greenhouse. So come and let's take a look together. Some of the plants are light burned. As you can see, the pink is like sort of like more blushy looking, and that is definitely due to light burn. And you can see some shades of like, you know, lighter green, even though this is a new leaf, but it is more on the yellow side. And here is the Albo, which I'm sure I showed you guys last time. Did we release that video? I don't remember, but this leaf was just unfurling, and here it is. The stem is really gorgeous. I just really love how the variegation really goes into the stem like that. So let's take a look at down here. as well. Can you guys see? Really gonna buy a Monstera Albo. This is really what you want. This is the type of variegation you are after. I am not bragging. I'm just letting you know this is what you want. And I was very, very lucky to get it. So Pink Princess is doing much better. I had it up on the plant wall and it was very, very unhappy with me because it was not getting any water. And now it is completely bounced back. I am super proud of it because I honestly think it was going to die. And I was very, very sad. I'm pretty sure one of the plants died because I only see one Pink Princess and I actually had two. So that means one of them is no longer with us. But that's okay, because look, we still got this beauty. And these are, you know, I know that a lot of people, when they look at Pink Princess, they're usually worried about it reverting. Am I concerned? I want to say no. It is interesting, though, how these two are so pink and these two are so less pink. So that is kind of interesting because these definitely got more light because they're higher up. I wonder why the difference. We will never know. We have to do a lot more experiments. And everything else is doing pretty good except for this ficus because apparently all the water dried out and I got really unhappy because of that. All right, let's get to work. I've been underwatering these plants because there's no drainage holes in these boxes. And you can see that some of the leaves are yellowing and dying off and there's signs of dehydration for sure. Like if you look at this stem here, this is died back and the new growth here doesn't look super well. Like those two leaves don't look like it's going to be doing really well. So basically for your more sensitive Hoyas, you just want to give it a good watering. And I'm unable to do that because there's no drainage holes, so I have to remove them. This is something obviously I knew I had to do eventually. I was just, you know, prolonging it as much as I could. Here is a new baby I got yesterday. Just got it for me. She propagated it with one of hers, and there's two in here, so that's exciting. And they're both already putting out new growth. I love this. So fuzzy wuzzy.
Our viewers might be wondering what the plant is that you're holding.
Oh, I have no idea. It's a it's a Hoya Lauterbachii. Here's some dead peperomias I'm trying to save. We'll deal with those. Whoa. Oh man. The ficus. Oh my god, ficus is, you know, people say that the ficus has issues or whatever, are very finicky. It is, but look, it is so resourceful. It has decided to attach itself. So we're just gonna remove it out of that. This is what it used to live in, but it decided that it likes the box better. So I guess that's where it's going. So right now you can see that I have just a layer of leca. I should really clean this. I think I will. So let me go and rinse it off just a couple of times through and try to get as much of the gook out as possible. And then we'll come back and we will fill it up some more. All done. Now that all the leca ball is clean, let's add more because it is only about an inch right now and we really like it to be at least 4 inches. So, got some right here. That's pretty good. All right. So I'm just gonna transfer these guys out. The Hoya Lisas are doing lovely. I'm gonna try to not move as much of this as possible and just transfer it over, but I don't know how easy that's gonna be. Yeah, that's good. Loosen it. On both sides. It's hit bottom already, so it's a good timing to get them out. All right, that should be everything. I can just ever so gently. There. That wasn't so bad. I'm making a hot mess everywhere, and I just vacuumed. This is what I've been noticing, is all these dry leaves. So I'm definitely not watering it enough. And I'm just worried because I don't want it to get root rot as well. So this will make them a lot happier. So we're just getting everything back upright. Try to spread some stuff out if possible because it is, you know, quite dense, as you can see. Oh, I hate the sound of plants, the roots breaking. It drives me crazy. It sounds like almost like hair snapping. I don't know. I just don't enjoy the sound. Oh, how cute this one is. So this stick that I'm holding is completely dry, but life has formed. So cute. This is why propagating is so much fun. I have to figure out what to do with these. I'm gonna have to transition out of this setup probably. I would really like it if it could make it through at least through next year. Like the whole year without having to move them, but I don't know. That's gonna be hard. This is taking way longer than I thought because I thought I was just gonna slide the babies in here, but now I'm realizing that I can't just do that. I feel like that happens a lot. You think this thing should only take 5 minutes, but it never does. But I guess better now than never? I don't know what to do. Just gonna leave it, right? Yep, leave it, Christine. Okay, so just finished sort of placing the box for the first plants. Looks okay. We shall see how it goes. I think there's already too many plants in here, so that's not great. Put my dead peperomia over there. Poor thing. So sad. All right, this is all on moss, so treat this. Oh my, look at these roots. That is from the Monstera. And over here, I don't know whose that, but look at it. Oh my God, do you see this side? Okay, so we got a bit of a monster on our hands. I didn't realize. Is this turning into a 2 greenhouse? I mean, we could definitely make 2 because I have all the supplies.
Does it still need a greenhouse?
What do you mean? It needs to grow in the best conditions possible. Are you insane?
That was it. Put it in a pot, leave it out.
What? No, you didn't just say that. Okay. I need my babies in a greenhouse. So, as Dan cleverly suggested, we need 2 greenhouses instead of 1. Okay, so just trying to loosen this up. Give everybody more space to breathe. It's exciting. How the story, oh wow, look at this. Some fun moss is growing as well. So cool. Okay, let's gently remove what we can. The Albo is really rooted in there, guys. There are a lot of roots. This whole thing is, maybe there's not much I can do. That's it, it's taken over. I don't want to hurt too many things and I hear it breaking. I don't like the noise. I don't want the Monstera to shade out the pink princess. Come on, guys. And then we have this little birthday baby, that I'm going to pot into here. Give it VIP treatment. It's very wet. She must have just watered it. Ooh, it is rooted in there. Yeah, Jess's mix is so wet in compared to mine. It's so interesting. And her plants are so much healthier than mine, trust me. This is the difference between a underwaterer and an overwaterer. And I think this is actually a fine example of how her medium is adapted to her habits. And I think as a plant person, I would say that, you know, your mix is tailored for you. This is why you want to make your own mix. So it's kind of really, I think, hard for someone else to tell you what their mix is. I mean, it's a good starting point. It's just that you will have to amend that to adjust for your lifestyle, your watering habits. Like, I'm very heavy-handed, so I go more draining. But I'm also realizing now that I've gone too heavy-handed about not putting enough moisture-absorbing amenities to the soil. So I'm trying to find my balance, and I think that that is the fun part of the hobby. Learning and killing things. It's just part of the way it goes. After that, I needed a glass of wine to replenish. I love fungus gnats, they're the best. Okay, so went outside, took a quick look, and there was some perlite, so I just went ahead and filled it in. It looks really good. So I'm pretty happy about that, and we don't have to fuss with it later.
How do you feel about leca versus moss versus perlite as a medium choice in these setups?
That's a very complicated question. We'll have to get back to that another time.
Okay.
I'm not ready for that. I'm ready to check out. Okay.
You got water on your leaf.
I know. Bad. Talk about that in a moment. So when you're watering your plants in a greenhouse environment, especially if it's in a closed environment like this, like such. Okay, I thought that was spider mites, but they're not. It's just
Perlite dust.
perlite dust, yeah. So when you have this closed environment where there's not a lot of ventilation, I do think it's important to keep the foliage dry. So try not to wet the foliage. Wet foliage increases the chance of it getting fungus on the leaf, which then will cause rotting and they'll start spreading, and that's not what you want. You don't want a fungus infection anywhere. The setup is pretty simple. You can see here I don't remember exactly the details. I will link it in the description below for you. But these boxes I got from Walmart. And just using 2 of them. One as the bottom and the other as the dome. So that's the setup for the boxes. And then these are just the LED lights that I've used, which I continue to use, and it's been great. I will link the newer edition of these LED lights so you guys can have a look in the description below, sorry. And this is the foil that I purchased, which is for growing plants. Like, you find this in the horticultural store. When you're doing indoor growing, having the light reflect back is really nice. So I just put that on top. I'm recycling. This is from an old project, so this doesn't fit, you know, exact, but whatevs. And then I'm just trying to use something hard to create an additional surface. So if I wanted to, I could put something on top. So it acts sort of like a table if you wanted to. I mean, I wouldn't put like super heavy things on top of it, but that's pretty much the setup. And you could, you know, deck it out as much as you like. You can, I thought about like putting a piece of wood on top, you know, to make it look more finished. And obviously if you have this material, you can cut it in different ways. You could be as creative as you like with it. And I like that flexibility. I think we had a great plant session. We got 2 greenhouses instead of 1. And I'm looking forward to that Albo baby become a toddler. Or a full ass grown adult. Things grow really fast, so pretty happy about that. So then I can share some love. All right, I will see you guys next time. And I hope that I encourage you to do something crazy with your plants. Bye!